Hello world, Shelly here, and normally we would have an episode of Foundation Fest today, but unfortunately I was not able to film a foundation review, but we are still going to play with makeup. It's been a heck of a week, you guys. We are back to school at JMU, so first week of classes, and that would be plenty, but rising COVID cases add a whole nother layer of administrative burden and anxiety, and so we're just gonna play with some makeup, even though it's not foundation. I hope you enjoy it anyway. So today what I've got for you, we are going to play with the Jen Loves Reviews collaboration with OFRA. She came out with 3 liquid lipstick mixers, and the idea behind them is that you can apply them along with any kind of lipstick that you're wearing to alter the shade. Thank you to OFRA for gifting these to me. I received them complimentary from OFRA through the Octoly PR program. I did, however, also purchase a set myself because I wanted to support Jen, because I love her channel and her beauty news is very, very helpful to me. So thank you to OFRA, but I also did buy one set of them myself. So we've got 3 of them. We have Revive, which is a pale neutral with peach and pink undertones. We have the middle one, which is Refine, a neutral mocha nude with mauve undertones. And then we've got the deepest, which is called Reimagine. This one is a deep neutral mocha brown. And what I've done in order to prepare is, well, let's start out with what I am wearing right now. This is from Maybelline, the Ruby For Me lipstick, and let me show you what it looked like when I first applied it. And in order to transform this is a beautiful red, and I do love it on its own as a red, but if you want to tone it down just a little bit, you know, my eye look is a little bit more on the mauve side of the fence, so I thought maybe it would be useful to add in some mauve undertones and tone down the red a little bit, so I used Refine along top of it. And this is the shade that resulted, and I am very happy with this shade. I think it works quite well. Let me talk a little bit about my general experience with these. So they are liquid lipsticks. However, you can mix them with non-liquid lipsticks, as I'm doing here. They will cause a regular cream lipstick to dry down just a little bit more, but when you mix it with a cream like this, you're never going to get that fully dried down liquid lipstick look. If you aren't familiar with OFRA's liquid lipsticks, they're a fantastic formula, and to me these feel like they are the same formula as their liquid lipsticks, which is awesome because it's a really good formula. So if you're familiar with them, that's what you can expect. On me, I don't find their liquid lipsticks to be too drying. They're a teeny tiny bit drying on me, and I really only notice it in the winter, and I can wear them 7 days a week in a row as long as I'm wearing my Laneige lip sleeping mask, my moisturizing lip mask at night when I go to bed. But during the summertime, it's really no issue. They don't dry me out enough to even notice it in the summer. So that is good. I think even if you have dry lips, you can get away with wearing them. They don't flake, they don't crack, they reapply easily throughout the day. And because you might be mixing these with something that's not a liquid lipstick, you get more flexibility from it. So this would never dry down to a complete liquid lip because it's got a cream base to it, what I mixed it with. But they perform very well, they hold up very well, they touch up very well. The only complaint I have with this concept is that, so let's say I apply this over a cream lipstick. In order to get the colors to mix together, you really have to either, you know, massage them with your finger or, you know, puck your lips together and do that whole thing. And that really impacts precision. So I find that I tend to make kind of a mess on the corners of my mouth, and then I have to go back and fix it. And even you can tell right now, it's not super precise, my application, when it comes to the corners of my mouth. And that's just by nature of having to mix them. Now, maybe if you put your lip color onto, you know, a little palette like this and mix it there and then apply it, you would have much better precision. So, but when you do it that way, you have to use more product. So, you know, it's hit or miss that way. I think you'll tend to go through it more quickly if you do it that way, but you're gonna have less precision if you do the application and the combination right on your lips. However, doing it right on your lips is a lot faster. So weigh your priorities on that one. So what I've done is I've been playing with these for about 3 weeks now, and I took a variety of shades and put them on paper for you guys. And I know paper is not the same as putting them on your lips, because your lips of course have a different undertone, and by that token putting them on my arm or my hand would not be the same, because this is not the same shade as the color of my lips. So really my goal here is to illustrate what these formulas do to different shades, so you can figure out if the shades you have and the things that you might want to do with them will fit this sort of construct. Honestly, it's a brilliant idea, and I really actually wish it was even more fleshed out. Like, I would like to have a neutral, lighter and darker shade. I would like a cool toned, lighter and darker shade. Even better, a light, middle, and deep shade. I would like a warm toned, light, middle, and deep. Like, I feel like this could easily be a 9-shade mixer so that I can get precisely what I'm looking for. But this is a good start, and I think the mix of having one peachy pink undertone, one mauve undertone, and one deeper neutral covers most of the bases you're going to need. Here are my general observations with how these work. If you're mixing them with nudes, I feel like the end result looks a lot like the original. There's very little differentiation. And let me show you. This side is nudes. And so this, for example, is the Dose of Colors Truffle. There's the original shade, and then the 3 mixers. And you can tell it does change the undertone a bit. So when you use the lightest mixer, it went a little bit more pink. You use the middle, it went a little more mauve, and you use the mocha, and it went a little bit more mocha. That makes sense, right? Then this is Glossy Fawn from L'Oreal, one of the glossy nudes. And as you can tell, it really just changed the undertone. It changed the pink undertone, mauve undertone, and mocha undertone. So looking at these two themselves, though, not a whole lot of difference. That's kind of just what they are. Compare those. These are the original mixers with nothing mixed. They look really, really, really similar. Like, this is just... So these nudes really just look a lot like the mixers themselves. These are also a couple of nudes. I've got a Wet n Wild that starts off with its own bit of a mauve undertone. I wanted to see what it would do. And, you know, it just looks still a lot like the originals. Then this one right here is from Alter Ego. This is a warm nude. It is the shade, I can't read it backwards, Intrigue. And again, it really is just a little bit of a warmer version of the originals. So when you do these with nude shades, I feel like you're just going to get a little bit of a variation on if you just wore this all by itself. Where these shine, I think, is with colors, because what you get is that original base of the color you chose with the alteration of the lightness or darkness or the undertone of the mixer. And that seems to be, I think, the most impactful way to use these. So let's take a look at this side of the sheet. So this is the Pat McGrath, and this is a shade that... Here's the original. And I love this shade. The undertone is just this gorgeous berry. But the problem is that it's too dark for me most of the year. You know, like, it's really vampy. And if you take a look, see what it did when we added the peachy pink? It really just pulled, you still have that sort of, you know, berry undertone, but it pulled it peachy pink. And when we added in the mauve undertone, it maintains that mauve, but it just gives it a little bit of a decrease in the depth of darkness. And when you add the mocha, it really just kind of gives it a mauvey mocha. Like, it really turns into what you would expect. The next one down the line is a pink. And now, unfortunately for this one, I started mixing the wrong one. So the original is on the far side here. So this is one of the Ultimattes from CoverGirl. And I have to fold this up because otherwise I can't see my screen to show you what I'm pointing at. So there's the original. It is basically a neutral pink. And if we add the peachy pink undertone, doesn't change it too much. It just lightened it a little bit. Middle, see how it still keeps that pink undertone that it started with, but it just kind of mauves it a little bit. And then when we add the mocha, it does exactly what you would expect. It's got sort of a brown mocha mixed in with that original pink tone to it. Then, let's see, what was the next one? Let's take a look at this one right here. This is from OFRA. It is the Napa Valley shade, a beautiful purple. Now, unfortunately, this is one of their metallic formulas, and it really just went gray. So believe it or not, that is adding in the lightest, the peachy pink. It went super gray. Middle, still pretty gray, and the mocha, still pretty gray. So you do want to keep in mind how the color wheel works when you're mixing colors that are opposite each other. They basically cancel each other out. So the opposite of a purple on the color wheel is going to be a yellow gold, and depending what undertone this purple has, it could be leaning toward that peachy gold, in which case you're going to end up with gray. So these two really did not work together. Same with the mauve. You could see a little bit of the purple come through when you mixed it with the brown, but the purple didn't work very well. Now, it also could be that this is one of the metallic formulas and maybe something in it does not mix well. I'm not sure, but I didn't have great results mixing the purple. So the last one on there is the one that I am wearing today. So this is the ruby red, and this is the mix with the lightest mixer. This is the mix with the mixer I'm wearing now on my lips, and this is the mix with the mocha. So, and if you want to compare, ta-da, there it is. So what's my final take on these? I think it is a brilliant concept. I would like even more variations to use as mixers, because I very often when I am applying a lipstick, I will be thinking, oh, I need it to be just a little more warm. Oh, I need it to be just a little more cool. It's usually I'm not trying to change the color so much as I'm trying to change the lightness, darkness, or undertone. So I would like that variation in specifications of options to modify, if that makes any sense. Because the way these, these are, of course, she just launched them, and you're not going to be able to come out with a set of 10 or anything like that. So the idea behind these is you do have a light, a medium, and a deep, but each one has specific undertones as well. But what if I want to go deeper with a warm undertone or deeper with a cool undertone? This is deeper with a pretty much neutral brown undertone. What if I want to go a little bit darker, but I want it to be a pink instead of a mauve undertone? Well, the lightness is the only one that has the pink undertone to it. So I wish we had, a good set at 10. That would do me well. But generally speaking, it's a brilliant concept. I love that it's completely different from anything else that I've seen influencers doing out there with their collaborations. Jen is just absolutely brilliant anyway. So I'm not surprised that she would be the one to put out something smart like this. I love the OFRA liquid lip formula in general, so these seem to perform very similar to that, if not identical, which means I love it. It's a good formula. I think they wear very well. I think it's a great concept. I think especially if you don't want to spend a ton of money and have a collection of 100 different lipsticks to choose from, these can grow your collection very, very easily by just having them available to mix. I think it's brilliant. I'm happy with it. I like it. I think it's brilliant. I want more. I would like more of them. More options, please. I also think OFRA was brilliant for picking Jen as their collaborator because she's great and she keeps it real, and you know, that's not always the case on YouTube, as you guys know. So that is my opinion of this one. I know I am late to the game playing with these, but if you want to purchase a set, you can go on OFRAcosmetics.com. The code OFRA20 will get you 20% off. That's not a code for me. I don't get paid. Nothing like that. It is just a discount for you guys. There you have it. Sorry I didn't have a foundation video for you guys today, but hopefully you can make do with playing around with lipstick. As always, thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. Come back every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern time for new videos. I appreciate your time, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.